Oh my god, guys. Stay calm. Stay fucking calm. Don't move. Nobody move. The game has started. It's working.
Welcome back, Alan.
Hello. Hello, Anna. If you guys don't know what's happening, basically, all day today, I've tried to start the game and record a video. Yesterday I didn't record a video. I decided to, you know what, I'll take the day off. I'll just stream later on in the day, which is what I ended up doing. And I just never ended up recording a video. So I was like, you know what, I'll wait until tomorrow. I'll do it in the morning. You know, I'll wake up early in the morning. Video can be out at a normal time. Nah. No. You naughty. You teasing me. So, the game just didn't decide to start at all. Like, it would just go up to the startup screen and then just not launch after that. And that was pretty much it. That was my whole morning with this game. So I was like, I'm not bothered. I'll just go out in my car and then just, that's it. You know, I'll just go wash my car or something. Which is literally what I ended up doing. Yeah, I am now able to play this game. I have a bunch of rewards here because I opened up a bunch of wheel spins during my stream yesterday. So there you go. There's a bunch of rewards there for me. And yeah, we have a new set of fixes supposedly coming soon as well. I'm gonna go get these rewards. All these gifts that I ended up delivering, obviously these were all from the wheel spins that I opened, so obviously all the duplicate cars and stuff like that. Let's have a look at where I am with the progress of this thing, of gifting cars. This is really slow going up. I don't understand. I'm gifting out so many cars, and this is so slow at going up. This thing to my right, I mean. It's really, really weird. I mean, again, it is gonna last for the whole month, but I mean, I've only gotten that far now, which is mad. Anyway, doesn't matter. Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. It's been 2 minutes of me just waffling. But yeah, welcome to a video where I'm going to try this, the Maserati 8CTF. So this is obviously a car that was now just added into the game with this. Or actually, it probably was in the game before, but I don't know if you were able to get it. Actually, let me have a look here. Look over here. Can you actually buy this thing? Is this like an actual purchasable car, or is it like just a car that you can get only from... Yeah, I think it is. I think it's only from like wheel spins and stuff like that that you can possibly get that car. Actually, I can probably check, can't I? It's in the car collection. So if I go here and I go to Maserati, there we go. And if I click on this thing, you can only get it in season events, festival playlists, or it's a Forza Star shop. So it's a very rare car. So obviously, what I'm going to do to it is something that is not very rare on my channel, and that is turn this thing into a drift car. Supposedly, it's actually very good. People were telling me with this thing that it's actually quite fun to drive. At the drift, obviously the twin mill as well. I made a tune for that twin mill yesterday, and I'll probably drift it just as a little extra at the end of this video. But I'm gonna mess around with this thing. This is mainly what the whole video is supposed to be on. Is this Maserati? So I want to try and drive it. I want to see what sort of power and all that sort of stuff that we can. Actually, you know what? Before we do that, it's a B class. It's an old race car. What we should do is actually celebrate this thing being a successful race car or a very good race car by driving this thing stock. And I feel like it's going to be a terrible, terrible experience because... God. Because this thing has no grip whatsoever. It's very, very slidey. The tires are super, super thin. Obviously old vintage race tires on this thing. They're not the same as the tires that we have today. Okay. It's doing good though. Imagine doing 170 miles per hour or something like this. Like, people back in the day with these cars, they were nuts. I'm pretty sure these things would like, oh, look at that grip, or the lack of grip, I mean. Like, back in the day, right? Nowadays, you have so many structural, like, you know, things, safety features with cars, race cars especially. Roll cages. Oh god. Roll cages, the body panels, everything. Like, there's fire extinguishers, there's everything. These cars were literally just a tiny shell with some wheels on the outside and then just go racing. You were literally right next to the exhaust as well, so that would probably heat up like crazy as well. Or the engine, which is right in front of you, it's very, very exposed as well. There's lots of holes there, obviously, to let the heat out, and it's all just going into your face. Again, super, super dangerous racing back in the day with these things. It's actually not even that bad to drive. It's once you get used to it, it's actually pretty easy to control, and it's genuinely fun to throw about. I really like it. But again, like I said, people have told me that this thing's actually quite a kind of a handful, kind of nice to drive sideways. You know, taking it sideways, a bit of drifting. Again, this thing with a B class, or at B class right now, it's not fantastic to do much with. It's weird. See, watch this, right? Let me show you guys here. This is the only steering angle I have with this thing, right? This. But the way the car actually handles, look at the steering angle with this thing versus the amount that the front wheels actually move. Look how bugged this is. Like, it just doesn't make any sense whatsoever that the car turns in so sharply with my steering. It just looks like my wheels barely move when it comes to steering. Like I said, it drives great. I think I could possibly even drift this thing like this with the setup, but it just is not fun to look at. It just looks really weird the way it doesn't turn. Hopefully we can put drift suspension on it, because that will probably increase my steering angle. Hopefully that will actually fix the actual wheels themselves, you know, the way they turn and stuff like that. So I'm gonna put this on. We'll have a look. Already lightweight, 800 kilos. We're gonna get this thing to be even lighter as we add parts to it. Don't really care about a budget with this thing, so we'll just get whatever's nice and I'll put it on. Aw, see, that's so dumb. I wish you could have, like, they would have actually, you know, done something with that roll cage. It would look different. A 3-liter in this thing. I think it's a V8. Or is it straight 8? Oh no, it is. Yeah. 2, 4, 6, 8. I think. Pretty sure that's 8 pipes coming out of the side. I think it is. I think it's a straight 8, right? I'm trying to remember what it is. Let me have a look. Let me look it up. One sec. Yeah, I was right. It's a straight 8. It's so cool. It sounds so sick. It sounds so sick. Do I want to change it with this thing? With a V8 in it? 3.5 liter V8? I don't really. 3.5 liter V8? Is this like one of the newer engines? From Maserati? I don't really know. Like a quattroporte engine or something like that. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm not going to change the engine. I think the engine is just nice. It's nice to be in. I kind of want to get this thing to be all-wheel drive because I feel like there's a lack of grip with the wheels on this thing. Even if I do give it more grip, right, when I change those wheels. So give me 1 sec. Let me do some stuff here. Transmission 6-speed is fine. We'll put a drift diff. It doesn't really make too much of a difference which one I'm going to put on. Oh yeah, wheels and tires, tires and rims. Yeah, our grip will definitely go up now. But you can see them like, I'm at 4.7 for handling. Drift tires 5.3. Go 5.1 when it comes to these ones. Acceleration actually goes up if I put these on. Launching also goes up. Grip isn't as great when it goes on when the snow tires come on. I think drift tires might be actually alright here. And also for the wheels, I kind of want to go with slightly wider. 225s in the front and then 225s in the rear. They're still very thin. Do I want to change these like wire wheels? Oh, I don't know if I want it, to be honest with you. I feel like it'd just look really weird if I do end up changing these to something else. Something a little more modern. Look at those brakes, man. Oh. Okay, it's gonna just look so weird if I put anything else on this thing that just isn't those original wheels. It just looks so stupid. There has to be a set of wheels here that will, like, at least sort of... Oh, God. No, they're all way too modern. They're way too modern for this thing. I was looking at, like, rotoforms, for example. Oh, God. Nah. Nothing actually suits these. Literally nothing suits this car. I have to keep the standard wheels on. If I want to get this thing to, like, at least keep its originality at least a little bit, even though I'm changing so much stuff on it, I'm gonna leave those wheels on. Okay. And then once we're all done with all that, ooh, supercharger. Yes, please. Let's upgrade that. And, yeah, let's just slap as much power as possible into this thing. We'll see how much power it actually puts down. It's all gonna go to the rear wheels as well, so we'll see if I can actually control that. 530 to the rear wheels, actually it's not too bad. 561 kilos. Sounds great. Okay, well, I think that's pretty much it with this thing, right? At least we can put your suspension on it, which I really like. Okay. So this should have now a decent amount of grip. I feel like before it would just sort of, you know, like just lose grip completely when it came to those rear wheels. As for the transmission, I'll change that accordingly once we get to the actual thing. Do one of these when it comes to acceleration as well. And then everything else, like I said, I'm going to change as soon as I get there. We'll see how much grip I actually have with this thing. We'll see as well tire pressure and all that sort of stuff. What it's like. And same with my gear ratios, but I just stretch my gears out just slightly. Just slightly. Alright. We got 500 horsepower going to the rear wheels. Okay, the steering angle for those wheels still hasn't been fixed. Okay, it's super, the front end is very, very twitchy. I'm pretty sure I'm on sim steering as well, which is what makes this thing really, really twitchy like this as well. A lot twitchier than what it's like on normal steering, I'd assume. It feels really, really solid. I don't know about actually getting points with this thing. We'll start at the very top, actually. We'll do that. I don't know about how many points I'll be able to get with this thing. I honestly do think that I could possibly get 1,000,000 points with it down down this pass, but I mean, we'll see. I think about halfway or whenever I get to a specific point where I see how this thing drives, I'll change some settings and, well, not settings, but like to tune a little bit. I think the gears, especially the gears may be too long, but they're not too long. I think it just has, oh god. I was gonna say it has too much grip, but it definitely does not have too much grip. It does have too much grip for 5th, I think. 4th is just perfect. I think this thing has all-wheel drive for, like, drifting as an all-wheel drive drift car. If I was to put it for point drifting, it might actually be an absolute monster. And the reason why I say that is because I'd actually be able to get a little bit more speed, because right now you can see the amount of speed I actually am, like, keeping with this thing, right? Through some of these corners, and I feel like I'm really, really slow, and I feel like I'll have to transition quite a lot. Whereas I think with all-wheel drive, you know, especially for this mountain pass, if I was to go for point drifting, I think all-wheel drive would transform this thing and actually make it a really good car. But we're not point drifting right now. I'm just trying to enjoy this thing. It drives quite well, actually. I don't really know if I need to make it have more grip or less grip. The front end is nice and twitchy as well. I could probably just do the whole run with the setup. I could probably be alright with it. Yeah, it is 5th gear, like, just struggling. Yeah, 5th gear is struggling a little bit here. We'll go to 4th. Yeah, I feel like 4th gear has enough torque for me to be able to spin those rear wheels, and 5th gear just doesn't. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give it a little bit more camber for the rear wheels. Bring that up, and then I'm gonna bring also the toe out for those rear wheels as well. Bring it to about 3 degrees. Everything else seems fine. Like, I could stiffen the suspension just a tiny bit. Oh, Jesus. Yes, there we go. I want that 5th gear to hit limiter. Just about hit limiter when I'm flying it. That's good. This is good. This is good. This is good. Okay, much better than before. 4th gear is now even more slippery, obviously, because of what I've done with my wheels. More camber, more toe. Pretty much less contact patch on the road. In certain areas, but that's okay. Feels good. Yeah, 5th is so much more usable now. Much, much better. See, if I was actually smart, I'd probably change my transmission settings so 4th gear would be what 5th gear is doing for me right now. But I'm not smart. I'm an idiot. So it's fine. We'll keep it in 5th. Yeah, once it starts to go slightly uphill, you can see it like losing... Oh god. Once it starts to go slightly uphill, or when the ground levels out, you can see it's like starting to lack a little bit of power in like 5th. And I don't mean like power as in like it doesn't have enough power. Oh my god, it's only 730 horsepower. The thing is like the power to be able to push myself uphill as well as have like enough grip, you know, to be able to make it up. Power to grip is like so key when it comes to this, especially if you try to go uphill, or if there's any areas that where the ground like levels out or it makes it go slightly uphill. Because right now I'm always going downhill. Downhill is like obviously the better option to gain points and to test out cars. Obviously lower horsepower cars. You know, when you go higher horsepower, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. When you have cars that do like, you know, 1,900 horsepower, for example, like the twin mill that I was just driving before this thing. It's fine, you know, I can bring that uphill and probably still get over 1 million points just like as I do when it's going downhill. You know, because it doesn't struggle. The cars that are low in horsepower or lower in horsepower and maybe struggle with having, you know, power to grip ratio being really high. Like I said, I still think I'm going to be squeezing out 1 million points with this thing. It's not a terrible car at all to drive. I honestly really do love the way this thing drives. So for the people that were telling me to try this thing out for drifting, I want to say thank you. Thank you for suggesting it. It is actually very, very good to drive. Or to slide. Oh, there's my first spin out. Actually, that wasn't. That was a tactical spin out just to do a 360 before we finish off. Oh, for God's sake. Alright. Very good car. Very, very, very good car. I definitely recommend you guys try this out yourself. You guys should have seen the tune. I don't think I'm bothered putting the tune up for you guys to... Actually, no, I'll do it. I'll put the tune up. The share code is up on your screen, actually. I'll do that right now. There you go. There's the code. 101-624-600 is the share code for this thing. If you want to download it and use it yourselves. Now, this. An S1 spec, by the way. Twin mill. I ended up messing with this thing on stream yesterday, and I honestly thought it was unbelievable how good this car actually is to drift. It's unbelievably good, especially when it comes to point drifting. It's so easy to drive. Like, the build literally took me like no time at all. It was fantastic to build this thing and try it out. And having this much power it's just weird. It's an absolute joy to drive this thing. So, if you do somehow manage to get yourself a twin mill, I literally just got it from the wheel spins, actually. You guys want to know how I got this thing? Okay, I have to reprogram my brain. Now, I'm not drifting rear wheel drive, so I have to like literally just drive completely differently. I adore this thing. I'm sorry it's nighttime and you guys probably can't see much, but it is an absolute monster to drive. It changes direction super quickly. I'll put the tune up on the screen if you guys want to download it as well. It is obviously really powerful. 1,900 horsepower. But that just means any corner on this run doesn't stand a chance. It's so good. You just keep it in third for most of these corners, maybe fourth for one or two of them if you really need it, but trust me, you barely need it. And you just send this thing sideways. You just have to be careful with the amount that you actually accelerate with this thing, because it just is so powerful that you just pick up speed so quickly. Especially with it being all-wheel drive. This is a horrendous run that I'm doing right now, and I'm still getting so many points with it. And like I said, it's so easy to drive, especially all-wheel drive. I can speed up, slow down quickly, I can get more angle, I can decrease my angle, I can just do whatever I want in such a short amount of time as well. That's what makes this car so good, I think. Even the handbrake, like holding on the e-brake, just goes for so long. And I did the setup in about 5 minutes, honestly. It's just very basic, like, OG knowledge when it comes to the point drift builds, and I built this thing on the spot very quickly, so it's not like I spent so long, you know, trying to build this thing for point drifting. It's just such a small amount of stuff done to it, and it turns out to be such an unbelievably good car to drive. Absolutely wonderful to drive. Again, my positioning on the road and all this stuff on this run was horrendous. I think I got 1.1 million points yesterday when I ended up doing a run with it. Even that one wasn't that great. I honestly do think that 1.2 million points is possible with this thing. With a better driver, or with probably me driving and doing a bunch of runs and trying to get used to it, and you know, positioning pretty much obviously being a big part. But yeah, if I end up doing that, this thing would be an absolute monster. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys very much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed today's build on the Maserati. If you want to see more videos like this on the channel, then please subscribe. Helps out a lot. And yeah, let's honestly just hope, I'm crossing my fingers, that the game actually does work in the future and I don't have to pretty much start it about 20 times until it actually, you know, loads up. And obviously we are going to get a brand new update coming onto this game to hopefully fix a bunch of stuff that's already broken on it, and hopefully fixes many things that people are having issues with, and hopefully they make it a better game at that as well. Anyway, like I said, that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.